Having your own head of hair is one of the most desired aspects of beauty. Hair loss is a distressing condition in which affects both men and women, where most of them suffer silently. On this week's episode of the Skin Therapy Show, we are going to give you solutions to this problem. Thank you for joining me. My name is Sarah Ndanu Teshner, and this is the Skin Therapy Show. Good evening and welcome to this week's episode of the Skin Therapy Show. I'm your host, Sarah Ndanu Teshner. Joining me on set today is Mrs. Hannah Dahlheim.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Really nice to see you.
Thank you.
Please just tell us about yourself.
My name is, as you said, Hannah Dahlheim. From the name, I am a Kenyan married to a German. I have 3 children, all grown-ups, and I live most of the time in Germany.
All right.
But I discovered a product that is very helpful for women and men also, which prevents balding, or if you have a problem with the balding or hair shedding or hair splitting of the hair, it is very helpful.
All right.
Yes.
So tell us, what was the cause of this, the hair loss?
My daughter was suffering from, she was allergic to some product or some chemicals that from the products she was using. And we needed to go to natural products, real natural products. We also realized that in the market, the main products we have are chemical products.
Exactly.
You have mainly chemicals, and then they put something small. And if you're actually reacting to these chemicals, whether they have put just a little bit of avocado or a little bit, you are going to still react. So with the help of this lady, I started evening classes. I learned how to mix my own products. I learned how to what products I could use, and then went into research.
Now, speaking of which, you have been able to live in Europe and in Kenya. I would like to know how different it is when it comes to hair loss for both for whites and for Africans.
I could only say that we have very different skin structure. The European have also very severe hair loss, and their biggest problem is when the hair falls, the whole shaft together with the follicle.
With the follicle. So it doesn't completely...
It actually falls. So when they have hair loss, it really means hair loss. You have women who have patches, little, you just see the skin. We Africans have a very interesting hair. In terms of the structure, it coils. So even when we have hair loss, if you leave it with its natural form, you usually don't realize it because it will coil, and it doesn't fall with the follicle, it actually just cuts. It sheds, our hair sheds, their hair fall.
But you think or you believe that the biggest cause of hair loss in men is because they're not taking care of their hair and just leaving it dry. Most of our African men just don't think that taking care of their hairs, it is something that they should do on a regular basis, leave alone regular, even on a monthly or after 2 months. And can you just tell us why it is important even for men to start taking care of their hair?
It's very important because when you don't moisturize your hair or your scalp with the proper products, the scalp dries up. And when your scalp dries up, your hair just starts shedding.
Now we have talked about the causes of hair loss in men. Let's talk about women. What are the most common causes of hair loss?
The most common causes are mainly, I would say, for young women. Again, they're not giving the hair the proper nutrients. And at the same time, using products that will dry, especially your hairline, instead of protecting your hair. The other biggest problem is the braiding and we putting the weaves. You suffocate,
as well.
Yeah, you suffocate your hair, it becomes extremely weak So when it comes to its natural environment, say it has not seen sun for the last 6 months, when you open it, the front, your hairline will be the weakest. So when there comes the wind and all the weathering, it will get the biggest blow. So you see that is the main cause why a lot of young women, you have that problem. The other causes are, as I said, also sicknesses, pregnancy, breastfeeding, all these things, especially not taking, you braid your hair for 6 months because you just don't care about it. Yes. Now, if you don't care about your hair, it really will not be very happy with you. If you don't love something, it's very difficult for that thing to be actually, to give you the treatment you want. Yeah. And I think here comes the importance of us loving our own hair, feeling comfortable with your hair, feeling very happy with the way you look with your natural hair. Even if you give it a treat, you're giving a week, 2 weeks, you put a braid or you put the weave, please make sure that you remove the weave, you remove the braids, and treat your hair like it needs to be treated. It's the crown we have. We don't have another one.
All right, so on that note, we are going to see how your product works. I'm sure you met up with my co-host and you took us through the procedure of making sure that your hair is protected from hair loss. So do not go too far. Please just stay with us as we show you how this product really works. Well, you can never overemphasize the importance of having hair and healthy at that matter. And as I say, the devil is in the details. It's not just how we normally do things, it's the specificity with which we do these things. And that's why Hannah Dahlheim, who's a hair consultant, and not just a hair consultant, she manufactures these hair products that help with breakage. So we want to see, since the devil is in the details, if it's just massaging or if it's applying hair on your hair, how do you go about it? How do you ensure maximum impact for this product?
This product is best, you maximize its best when you use just a little bit,
okay,
not that much, and you actually apply it. Say you have the hairline has a problem, you come from here, you apply every day on the hairline. The hairline being the very the most vulnerable part, needs to be moisturized every day. Okay. You moisturize.
So this is a moisturizer.
This is a moisturizer. It's a oil, a moisturizer, also hair food, and a treatment.
So it's a multi-purpose.
It's a multi-purpose. And as it is a natural product, it will actually prevent the weathering the whole day. That's why you do it in the morning to make sure that the front of the hairline is all every day protected.
What is it made of? And when you say natural, what are some of the components therein that ensure that your hair is safeguarded from, let's say, intense brushing, intense heat, and such like things that cause breakage?
We have natural essential oils like rose oil, if I may mention one of them. The other one is olive oil and other ingredients. They are all natural products which actually enhance our own, whether natural or treated. The hair is very welcomes that natural products which don't dry. If you use products that are chemical, they will dry during the day due to weathering, and at the end you will find that your hairline starts from there, especially if you're braiding, due to weathering and due to the fact that your extension or your whatever you are using is synthetic. You need to have a product that doesn't dry. You put it all over. You might have to go and wash it. And then after that, you do your hair like this.
So this is every day, every time you do
No, not every day. The front is every day. This part here is every 2 weeks. You normally wash your hair every 2 weeks. You normally wash your hair once in 10 days. I wash mine every 10 days. And that I always do, like moisturize my whole scalp Then I would go around and actually then kind of do like this,
Massage
to the scalp, and all the time going all the way to the end.
How would this product help someone with hair like mine? It's short, but I want it as healthy as it can get. Would it have any added benefit?
It has another benefit, the fact that your hair, your own natural hair, becomes stronger. And the fact that the hair does not, your own natural hair doesn't break due to the fact that it's already sealed. It means that all your hair, each and every strand of your hair grows. And once it grows, you have volume. You have volume, not the way we are told that the product gives you volume. You have volume because each and every bit of your hair grows, all of they grows.
All right, so finally and very briefly, if I start to use this product today, in how many weeks, how many months am I guaranteed to see results?
In fact, if your hair follicles have not fallen, you see effect almost immediately. You start seeing the hairline itself starts getting very happy. And if the hair follicles have already dried, drying does not mean that they have died. It means they are quite often they are resting. They will take about 3 months to 6 months for them to see that very tiny shaft. The shaft looks very, very tiny, very, very small. When it starts coming, you can't see it with your bare eyes, but also most of the time, if you don't know what you're looking for, you will not feel it. So you continue oiling your hair, where the budding has started or is.
Thank you very much, Hannah, for your detailed explanation. And based on how your hair looks, I would want to believe that what you're saying is true. Yes. And if you've got any more questions for our experts, you know the drill by now. Hit us up on our social media pages at the Skin Therapy Show, and our experts will definitely be getting back to you